Hello, it is Monday the 23rd of November and it is a new weekly reading vlog. So, I feel like I'm on a roll at the moment, but I feel like I could be getting overconfident. So, yesterday I finished Frostheart. Oh, it's not often I give a middle grade book 5 stars, but this wasn't getting anything less. This was so amazing. One part made me cry. I actually aggressively put my book down. I didn't throw it. I don't throw books often, but I did aggressively put it down because I had to stop reading for a moment because I was like, this can't be happening. But it was so good, and I'm very excited to read the second book next month because it's on my TBR for next month. It was so good. I absolutely loved the characters in this. I loved Tobu. He was so adorable. I think he was my favourite. Like, yeah, he was my favourite. But yeah, so there was that. And then I have read more of Well of Ascension. It's so good. We are like over 200 pages in. We're almost 300 pages in now. In a couple of days we'll be halfway through, but this is so good. And I had a moment today where there was one chapter which was absolutely hilarious. One of the characters gets called by a nickname by this new character that's come into it, and all the other characters are like, what? Like, so confused but finding it hilarious. And the character who like is the name that got called, he's just like so embarrassed, and it's hilarious. And then there's a conversation between two characters in the following chapter, which it was so lovely to see the two characters talking and like what they were talking about. And I'm being very vague right now because I don't want to spoil anything. And one of the characters in particular you won't know even if you've read the first book, but that's not the point. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm being very vague about the Well of Ascension because I don't want to spoil anything. But it was very lovely. So I've been really enjoying this, and I love this series. I think it might be one of my favourite series. But yeah, exciting things are starting to happen as well, which is yay. So yesterday I did start The Two Towers. I am only 14% into it, but it's a start. I am exclusively listening to the audiobook for this, and I should really listen to this tonight, but I'm not really feeling this tonight. And because I'm in such a productive reading mood, I'm setting myself a little challenge. So it is 7:42. My challenge is to read these two books tonight. So we have The Enchanted Wood by Enid Blyton and The Witches by Roald Dahl. These are both rereads for me, but I have not read them since I was a kid. So The Witches is 208 pages. However, the writing's very big and there is also illustrations in it. And The Enchanted Wood is 210 pages, but again, the writing's quite big and there are pages with illustrations on. So this is my goal for tonight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I may be reaching, but even if I only get one done, that is still an achievement. So I'm going to set a forest app up. I set my forest app up. I have a cup of tea. I have a few biscuits. So I've got a pretty good setup. And I have a Christmas candle burning, and my Christmas tree lights on. So I've got a pretty good setup. So I'm gonna get reading. finished The Witches. It is 9:22. It took me less than 2 hours to read. So I'm gonna have like a 2-minute break, maybe 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna start The Enchanted Wood. This was one of my favourite series when I was a kid, and I think the last time I read it was when I was about 12. So I'm very excited to read this. Very excited. I will say I'm giving this one a 3-star just because obviously I don't know, it's not as good as I remember, and I think it's because I watched the film a lot as a kid and the film is so much scarier. Like that film like scarred me, traumatized. So yeah, I did love this though, like it was really good, but it was just, I think it's because I've watched the film so many times since the last time I read this. This was my pick for Believeathon for The Footprints, which was to read a book that features a prominent villain. Definitely features a prominent villain. So yeah, so it is 23:45. Yes, my Apple Watch picture is Adam Driver. Don't judge me. But it's before midnight and I have just finished The Enchanted Wood by Enid Blyton. I'm apparently on a roll tonight because I have completed 2 whole books, and yes, I know they're children's books, they're rereads, and they are like 200 pages each, but that's still a pretty good achievement. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm actually really happy with that. That's another 2 books ticked off my Believeathon TBR, and now my pile is a lot smaller. So this was my pick for the Flash of Lightning prompt, which was to read a book that incorporates folk tales. I really love this story. I have only given it 3 stars again, but I think it's because it's more of a nostalgia thing for me. Same as with The Witches, like these are books I read so much as a child, and I'm so glad. I'm sad I don't know what happened to my original copies of this series that I had when I was a kid. I'm pretty sure at some point we lost a box of books, even though we haven't moved house or anything. But I'm really sad because I had the originals from when I was a kid and I don't know what happened to them. But then last year my sister found all 4 books in a charity shop and got them for me for Christmas, so love you, sis. But yeah, so I read it. But yeah, so that's another prompt ticked off. I'm doing really well on Believeathon. I was doing so badly. There's 13 prompts and I only have 5 books left to read. Do you think I can do it in a week? They're all middle grade. But yeah, I am so tired, but also so happy that I managed to get through 2 books tonight. But yeah, I'm gonna catch up with you tomorrow and go to bed now. Hello, it is Wednesday the 25th November. I did not vlog yesterday and I'm blaming Bake Off for that because I never seem to vlog on a Tuesday because all I do in the evening is watch Bake Off. But last night was the final and I won't say who won just in case, but the person I have wanted to win since week 1, they have been my favourite throughout the entirety of this series, won. I'm so happy. But anyway, on to books. Well of Ascension. It's all hitting the fan right now. And there's this new guy that's just come into it who wants to be Lord, and he's willing to risk everything, everyone's livelihoods, just to be a Lord. Like, Then finished The Two Towers, so I can take this out now. Gave it 3 stars. The beginning, it had the potential to be a 4-star. The beginning was really good when it's following Merry and Pippin and Gandalf and Aragorn and Legolas. That was brilliant. And then the second half of the book is just following Frodo, Sam and Gollum. And it's so boring. So boring. I don't remember the film being that boring. But it's been years since I watched the film, so I'm going to have to rewatch them once I finish reading them. But I'm actually ahead on Tolkien along. Like, get me. I've read the November book in November. This is progress. Now let's see if I read the December book in December. I also started... So I was going to start one book today, and then I decided to start another one, which is an audiobook, which is Nevermore, The Trials of Morrigan Crow. I'm pretty sure in one of my videos I said The Tales of Morrigan Crow. It's not. It's The Trials of Morrigan Crow. I'm only about 14% in, but it's really good so far, although I really hate Morrigan's dad. Like, and everyone in that village, just because she's a cursed child. Like, oh, I don't know how to deal with children. Anyway, it's really good so far, and I don't think I've seen one bad review about the entire series. So I think 3 books are out so far, because I think Hollowpox has just come out. So that's very promising that there is literally no bad reviews about it that I've seen anyway. There might be out there. Can't remember what other update I was going to give you today. Oh, my November Litjoy came, so I'll be filming my unboxing for that this week at some point. But my October Litjoy is still stuck at Langley. Litjoy can't do anything apparently until it's been 35 days stuck in the same place, which is the 3rd of December. So, but yeah, I received my November before my October, which is really annoying because I want my add-ons from my October box. I've now seen everything that's in the October box because I was like, I might as well just look at spoilers because I'm going to see them. And there's actually only one item I'm that fussed about, so I'm not so much fussed about the box itself. However, I need my add-ons because my add-ons are the collectible monthly pin and the last of the trading cards. I just want my add-ons. It's not too much to ask. But yeah, I think that was my only updates for today. I also got sent 2 books from my Amazon wishlist, but I'm not going to show you in my vlog because obviously I do a haul at the end of the month. But obviously because it's coming up to Christmas, a lot of people are doing the wishlist threads, and there is one on the Illumicrate Club Facebook group thing. So I'm excited for payday so I can go through and treat a few people. But yeah, I've received 2, and yeah, that's literally my update. I'm gonna do nothing for the rest of the evening. I don't think I'm gonna read any more tonight. Nah, I'm not gonna read any more tonight, but I've read quite a bit today. But I just after tomorrow we're halfway through, and I'm not okay with how this is going. I'm not ready. This is gonna rip my heart out, although I do have a theory, and I feel like it's a pretty obvious theory because of the names of the books. But I'm not going to share it here because that may be a spoiler, I don't know. So yeah, I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Friday the 27th of November and it is payday. Are you right there, Belle? So I'm still working, but I thought I'd just quickly give you an update because I had a really bad day yesterday. I had a bit of a breakdown, had a bit of a cry, exhausted myself, and my whole plan originally for yesterday was that I was going to spend the entire evening reading. Yeah, that didn't happen. I was far too exhausted emotionally after having like that whole breakdown during the day, which was fun. But today I caught up on the buddy read for Well of Ascension, so I've now read the pages for yesterday. Not sure yet whether we're reading today's pages or having a catch-up day, because Jazz also hasn't read. But ordered in KFC for lunch because it was payday, and it was so worth it because so good. But yeah, I don't know how much more I'll get read today because I still feel pretty tired, and also it's payday today, and obviously it's my last like payday with a significant amount of time before Christmas, because I think I get paid a couple of days before Christmas. Like our December pay is brought forward to a few days before Christmas, which is all well and good in a normal year when I can go shopping on like the 22nd, 23rd for last minute bits, but I can't do that this year, so I needed to get everything on this pay. So I spent literally, I was up at midnight still because I couldn't sleep, so I was up until like 1-2 o'clock because I just could not sleep. So I thought I might as well make a productive time of it, and bought loads of presents. But yeah, so I'm really tired, so I'm probably gonna try and have an early night tonight, or have a chill night. But yeah, I'm about to warm up myself some mulled wine, which I should go check. Let's go check. I'm very aware of how messy that stovetop is. It needs cleaning. So yeah, got some hot mulled wine. So yeah. So said I wasn't going to read tonight, but I just got an email to say that one of my fics that I've been reading has just been updated, and chapter 34 ended on a bit of a cliffhanger. So definitely going to need to read that very soon. Technically Sunday the 29th of November, but we're going to just say it's Saturday the 28th. It's like midnight, but I am almost 500 pages into the Well of Ascension. The pages I read today kind of ripped my heart out, but also kind of made me happy. It was very mixed feelings, but I'm still loving the series and I can't wait to keep reading. And then I finished listening to the audiobook of Nevermore, which I loved. I gave it 4 stars in the end. It's such a good audiobook, or just book in general. And it was my Believathon pick for The Crown, which was to read a book set in an alternate world to our own. So yeah, that's another one done. I don't know if I'm gonna manage to get another book in for Believathon because there's only 2 days left, and I've been very slumpy this week. As you can probably tell from the lack of content. Well, actually, the slumping has only happened since Wednesday, because obviously Monday night I read 2 books in a night, and I think that slumped me, so I shouldn't have really done that, but oh well, don't regret it really. So yeah, I need to film my Lit Joy unboxing and my Fairy Loot unboxing tomorrow, and then edit this and those. So not sure how much I'll get read tomorrow. Plus I need to watch more of Clone Wars because we're only a few episodes into season 1 and there's 7 seasons. So I took full advantage of payday being yesterday, and I've bought so many Christmas presents. I've basically got all of them now. I just need to get my boyfriend a couple more bits once he updates his wish list again, and then wait for everything to arrive. I'm very happy with that. So I'm working next week, but then I have the following week off work, and I'm so excited because I'm just gonna do nothing. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna try and read. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, I'm looking forward to just, although I am going to, nearer the beginning of that week, to get it out of the way, wrap all the Christmas presents that I'll have by that point, which will hopefully be most, if not all. And then I'm going to do some Christmassy baking, and yes, I'm just very excited. So also to just have a break from work, because it will be my last holiday this year. The only time over Christmas and New Year I have off is obviously Christmas Day, and then because Boxing Day is on a Saturday, I'll have the Monday off work, and then I have New Year's Day, and that's it. So yeah, but I am going to wrap this vlog up because it is gone midnight. I am tired and I need to get up fairly early tomorrow to get everything done that I need to get done tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed what there is of this vlog. I'm not sure how much footage I actually got this week, what with slumping, but I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and as of next week I'm going to stop telling you the date, because you just need to know the day. You don't need to know the date as well. I don't even know why I got in the habit of saying the full date. It started, and then I was thinking about it today, and I was like, why do I say the whole date? I don't need to. I can just say it's Monday, it's Tuesday, and so on. You know the days of the week. I'm not going to go through all of them. But yeah, I'm babbling because I'm tired. So I'm going to go, and I will see you next time. Bye.